Hi friends, so today in math we are going to practice solving a few comparison story problems. So in our Zoom meetings we practiced using these things called comparison bars they're kind of like tape diagrams, but they can help us solve these story problems that ask how many more or how many fewer when we're comparing two groups. So we're going to try to solve two of these together, and then I have another comparison bar story problem for you to solve on Seesaw today. So let's read our first story. Mrs. Masonic, we know a Mrs. Masonic. She's our Media Center coordinator. Mrs. Masonic has 12 Lego Ninjago books. Mrs. K, we know her too, has 4 Lego Ninjago books. How many fewer books does Miss K have than Miss Masonic? Okay, so we need to figure out, what is this story asking us? Well, we want to know how many fewer books I have than Miss Masonic, right? So whose box is going to be longer? So if we were making a tape diagram with the circles that hold all of our Lego Ninjago books, who has the most Lego Ninjago books? Miss Masonic. So Miss Masonic has the long box, so I'm going to label that, okay? I have fewer books than Miss Masonic, so I'm going to put a K next to my box, okay? Do we know how many Lego Ninjago books Miss Masonic has? Yes, we know that she has 12. So I could put 12 circles here in Miss Masonic's box. But we learned that we can just write the number, and that's going to be a lot faster than drawing our circles, right? So I'm going to put 12 right here. Do we know how many Lego Ninjago books I have? Yes, I have 4 Lego Ninjago books. So I'm trying to figure out how many fewer books does Miss K have than Miss Masonic. So this oval right here, that's going to be our difference, or our more or fewer number. So we have learned that we can draw circles and match them up to solve this kind of story problem, but we're trying to find faster ways to solve this story, because as the numbers get bigger, it takes a longer time to draw all of those circles, right? So what's another way that I could figure this out? Well, I could write an equation, right? So if I have two groups and I know how many are in both groups, I can find the difference by subtracting. So Miss Masonic has, she has 12 minus 4 equals box. So then how would I solve 12 minus 4? Well, I could count on 4 in my head, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many fingers do I have left? 8. Okay, so then I would know that 8 goes in that box. So have you noticed that these comparison bars, so we know that they kind of look like tape diagrams, right? But did you know that when we set it up in a comparing problem, they kind of look like a number bond? So I could count on that way, looking at the number bond. I also know that 4 plus 6 equals 10, because I know my partners of 10, right? But then I add 1, 2 more to get to 12. So I can use what I know about making a 10 to help me count on, or to help me find the difference too. So we know that Miss K has 8 fewer books than Miss Masonic. Okay, are you ready to try another one? Okay, here we go. Let's go on to the next one. Here we go. Genesis's hen laid 6 eggs. We were learning about hens and chickens last week. Lewis's hen laid 11 eggs. How many fewer eggs did Genesis's hen lay than Lewis's? So let's figure out what we know. We know we're trying to figure out, our question is how many fewer eggs did Genesis's hen lay, right? Do we know how many eggs Genesis's hen laid? We do. We know that Genesis's hen laid 6 eggs. Do we know how many eggs Lewis's hen laid? 11. Okay, so who needs to be in the big box in the long bar? Lewis. So Lewis's hen is in the long bar because she laid 11 eggs. Okay. Genesis's hen laid 6 eggs. Now let's check to make sure our bars look right. Is our larger number in the longer box? Yes. Is our smaller number in the shorter box or the shorter bar? Yes. Okay, so we want to know how many fewer eggs did Genesis's hen lay than Lewis's. So we see this oval over here, that's going to be our more or fewer number, right? So we know that if we take Genesis's 6 hens plus whatever this more or fewer number is, right? That's going to give us 11 because we're trying to figure out how many more eggs does Genesis's hen need to lay to catch up. So just like with the tape diagram, you have your 2 parts and then you have your total. So how can I figure out what's going to be in that oval? Well, I know that I can subtract, right? 11 minus 6 equals 5. But if I'm just looking at Genesis's bar down here, I could also write the addition equation. 6 plus box equals 11. Let me write this a little bit. 6 in my head, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5. Now 11 is bigger than 10, right? So I can also use what I know about making a 10. 6 plus 4 equals 10. And then how many more to get to 11? 1. And then I know that 4 plus 1 equals 5. So that's another way that Eureka taught us how to do it. Okay, so I know that Genesis's hen laid 5 fewer, there we go, 5 fewer eggs than Lewis's hen. All right, friends, are you ready to try using these comparison bars on your own? Yeah, you are. So they're just like our tape diagrams that we were using, except we have an oval part to show our difference, or the number that tells us how many more or how many fewer. And instead of drawing all of the circles like we do in our tape diagram to show our parts, we're just going to write the numbers to save time so that we can be faster mathematicians. All right, friends, I am excited to see what you are able to do, and I will be looking at your work this afternoon. Have a great day.